Hello everyone, Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com and welcome to my craft room. I absolutely am enjoying the Painted Seasons bundle that is available in the new brochure. This is new items that are going to be released on February 15th for celebration. You as customers can receive these items, the all adorned, and you've seen me use this sentiment. I'm going to use this beautiful country floral textured embossing folder. The picture does not do it justice. And the Painted Seasons bundle. Now for this bundle, to get the paper and the stamp set, you have to spend $100 in product before shipping, handling, and taxes. And then you can put this code in right here, the 150349, and it is the bundle that you will receive. The paper is gorgeous. So, now remember, if you order anything, any product from me, I've changed it. It used to be $25 in Stampin' Up! Product before shipping, handling, and taxes. But if you just place an order with me, I will send you 2 free card kits. There's no amount that you have to spend. And you get envelopes and everything is here but the stamped images. That's a rule by Stampin' Up! I'm not allowed to use ink, so that's why these card kits are designed with a lot of embossing and a lot of layering and cutting. Okay, there's a link below that will talk to you all about it and tell you how to put those cards together. Now, there is one more thing. Right here it is. This is going to be releasing now at the 1st of March. These are framelits that will then go with the celebration products. Look at the lily framelits here to go with the Lasting Lily stamp set. The Call Me Cupcake. Hop Around. Look at those frogs. They're so adorable. And we're going to get a lily pad right there. And then there are going to be framelits for the 4 Seasons stamp set that goes with this paper. So that is going to be just so much fun. And then there is the Story Label Punch. And that goes with the Part of My Story stamp set. And that's in the first edition of this. So that is, let's see, where is that? Right here, Part of My Story. And I have been using this sentiment. I'm so glad you are a part of my story. And that's the way that I feel about all of you guys, my customers, my downlines, and my paper pumpkin people. Oh, if you are a downline or a paper pumpkin person, you will receive my free card kits for this month. I just mailed them out yesterday to everybody. I'm very happy to say I had 18 kits to put together. So thank you so much for supporting me, everyone. My downlines, my paper pumpkin, I really appreciate that. And when I put together that many kits, I am just thrilled. I am so thrilled that I have so many people crafting with me. I just love that. So let's talk about this card. I so totally love this paper. And this is the other side of it. Remember, our DSP is double-sided. And let's just look at that paper for just a moment, some of it. Here is, this has pine cones. And I don't care what time of the year it is, I love pine cones. And then this is the opposite side. All right. Now, so there's 3, you get 3 sheets of each design, and there are 4 designs, 1 for each season. Here are these beautiful flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that print. And then here's the back side of that. And then these little flowers. And I'm absolutely in love with the back side of that. I love that. So pretty. And then this is Poppy Parade. And this is, I've got some cut up here. This is this that we're going to use today with the mushrooms and the little polka dots. I love that. And then this was the back side. So even for a beginner, this card is fantastic because you only need to use 1 sheet of paper. You just flip it over. So very simple. We're going to use some Poppy Parade. So we're going to open that. Remember, these new stamp sets, push the back with your thumb, or the new inks pads, and then push it in. That's a whole lot easier to open that way. So here is our card base is Thick Whisper White, and it's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, so it's portrait style, and it opens like this. I absolutely love these corners that we got with that stamp set. And then my top piece right here, because really you want this inside image to be 4 1/4, or I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4. So that gives us a nice little border around, okay? Let me move that so you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so what I did was the top part is 3 1/4 and the bottom part is 2 inches. So the total is 5 1/4. It's by 4 widthwise, but the total here, it's broken up. This first piece of DSP is 3 1/4. And then this piece of really the same DSP, just flipped over, is 2 inches. And that will make our first layer. So let's move this aside. And let's go ahead and let me show you how I did this. So I'm going to bring my card, well, we really don't need the card base just yet. Let's move that away. So I've cut my 2 pieces, excuse me, and I bet you're wondering, how did she get those to line up? Well, here's exactly what I did. A little Scotch tape is always good. Flip it over so that you have the opposite side. Line it up. Whoop. Line it up. Just end to end, okay? You don't want it to overlap at all, but make sure that your edges here are lined up. Get a little piece of Scotch tape, and I just taped it together. I'm going to hold it right here, and I just did that. Now, that will allow you then to manipulate this around, all right? So I used my Poppy Parade ribbon, and I just cut off a little bit over 4 inches so that it would overlap. Get my snips here so that it would overlap. And then you're going to flip this over, and right at this junction you're going to place some snail right here, just like that. Then you're going to take your Poppy Parade ribbon, and see, you could pick this up now because that Scotch tape is holding it even though it's loose. And you're right up against it. And then this is how we're going to hide that little seam. Now we're just going to fold our ribbon underneath here at that seam. Okay, and fold it under here. Just like that. Sometimes you just got to play with it just a little bit to make sure you have everything together and straight and tight. So you want this to come back and sit in that snail that you laid down, just like that. Now flip it over, and now's when you can make changes. If it's crooked or you know, you don't have it tight enough here, I think we look okay. Actually, looking at this right here, I think this is just a little further down than what I want it to be. So now's the time to go ahead and just move it that little teensy tiny bit. And what I'm going by are my dots down here, so I think I'm more even on that one, on that go round right there. So that's perfect, right? Now we can flip this over. This ribbon is the textured weave ribbon. So now if you go over to stampinginthevalley.com, I will have a list of everything on there for you. You could just click on it. It shows you the price. It shows you the number and everything. And if you just click on it, it'll take you right to my online store if that's what you would like to order. So I'm just laying down extra snail on the back of this even, because we do have that seam. And I'm coming down over my ribbon again with my snail. Now I'm going to take this, my card base right here, and I'm going to go ahead and place this on here. And this will, when you put this down, it'll take away that flapping. So we're going to leave our nice border, and look how pretty our card just came together that quick. I used my stitched circle framelits, my stitched circle with the framelits. These framelits come with squares and ovals and round, and they're all stitched. I use them all the time. You guys know it. And I'm partial to round, I have to admit that. This is Poppy Parade cut out with the Big Shot with the circle, layering circle framelits for that. Now this one here, we just want to get our wonderful saying here, you are pretty much the best ever. We're just going to ink that up, and we are on photopolymer. So let me bring my mat in so that I get a pretty image here. Just like that. And then I'll bring my little medallion in here. And again, just a little snail back here, just to hold it onto the circle framelit, allowing the scallops to show, just like that. And then we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. So simple, very simple card. This is great for a beginner. It helps you with a little bit of layering, using a little bit of ribbon, you know, a little technique there on how to get it together and how to hide a seam. So that is a wonderful way to start, because a lot of people contact me and they're like, I don't know what to do with my DSP. This is something great to do with your DSP, because you just need one piece. Stampin' Up! Does the coordination for you. This goes right over top of your ribbon. Isn't that perfect? And then I'm going to take some rhinestones right here and just add 3 of them. That's all. Always work in odd numbers when you embellish. It's usually the best. Why an odd number is balancing is beyond me, but it does. It really, really does. So that's all that needs are like 3 little rhinestones. So let's work on the inside of the card. I'll bring my mat back in. And I'm going to use this, but I want the 2nd generation of it. I'll get a little scrap paper here for us. And I'm going to go into the Poppy Parade, which is a very vibrant color. And I'm going to stamp it off. We didn't stamp off really well over there, so let's just do that again. You want it nice solid when you stamp it off. See, I'm on photopolymer. I just need to get onto this mat. See what happens? I stamped this on the pad, and I got a blurry spot. You know, a spot that didn't take the ink off. But the minute that I get on this pad, it's perfect. So really with the photopolymer, and I do it all the time. I try I'm like, okay, well, I won't use it. But no, you need it. I'm going to take this, put it up in that corner, just like that. And I'm going to stamp it off, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put it down in this corner. Ooh, I dropped it. So sorry. We'll let that go. Just like that. No problem. Very pretty. Then we're going to take our red rubber stamp now. Let me get that out of the way before we make a complete disaster. And I'm going to take my sentiment, and it's also a cling. So I have my sentiment on the front of it so I can see it. I love that. And we're going to place this right here. Just like that. And there's our card. Let's go ahead and do an envelope while we have a minute here, because I really like these corners. I really love those corners. Let's see, where did I put that stamp? Right here. Let me bring my mat back in. And let's try to do this again. Now this time on the envelope, I'm doing it full strength. So pretty. Isn't that pretty? Now on the back, I didn't want to make a corner, so I decided to do it like this. Isn't that beautiful? Perfect. Just gorgeous. Fun new product, guys. A lot of fun new product right here. Thank you so much for being with me and watching me make this card. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the Painted Seasons bundle that is going to be released on February 15th. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products, please go to stampinginthevalley.com, click on the big blue button, order any and all of your Stampin' Up! Supplies. This is beautiful. You're going to see me work with this a lot this weekend. Thanks again for watching, and happy crafting!